I'm Caleb Brooks with the AHSAA Radio Network. I'm at Huntsville High School, joined by Tyler Bence, a defensive lineman and also a tight end here at Huntsville High. And Tyler, for you guys, a huge win last week. You guys start off the season on the right foot, really the way that every team, envisioned starting the season. And what was it last week for you guys? It just seemed like it really came so easy. You're up 21-0 at halftime and really able to just cruise the rest of the way. But it's a lot different from last year. 3-7 record last year. Kind of struggled through the year, but you really start this year high. I mean, what was it that made it so easy for you guys?
We had a really good fall camp, and we felt from last year we had a chip on our shoulder going 3-7. And the losses we had, most of them were blowouts. And Decatur was one of the blowouts. And our defensive coordinator was preaching win the first one, win the last one. In 2017, that's what we did, and we made it to playoffs. And this year we have a good senior leading corps and everything. And everyone just bought into it, and we just did our best, and then we saw the outcome of what happened.
Just got done talking to Carlos about it, and he said last year you guys were a little bit younger. Mm-hmm. And, you got a lot of experience coming back this year. Playing game one, could you really see that experience on this team, carrying over?
You could, because you can tell the speed. Last year, we caught a lot of people off guard, and this year we were flying from the football. I think we had 20 tackles behind the line or something around there.
Wow.
So we had a good amount of people flying around and doing their assignment football, and that's one thing that Coach Fleetwood praises to us, and defense coordinator, everybody, is do your assignment, and just do your assignment, and then everything will fall in place.
For you, playing defensive line, and that's really your main position is on the defensive line, and, it's up to you guys to set the tone for this defense, and it's really going to be up to y'all on if people consider this a physical defense or not. So for you personally, do you put pressure on yourself to be that tone setter up front and really let everybody know, hey, we're coming out and we're going to be physical?
That's one thing, our defense, none of us are really stud athletes, none of us are ranked, none of us have stars or nothing. And so I really enjoy this defense because we all have the same goal, like I've said, and we just like to go out there, play for one another. It's because all these people on this defense I've grown up with, played football from Little League to middle school. So we have that brotherhood, and we feel like if one goes down, the next one's up, and he can play hard. So I feel like going, even in practice, we have the same game mindset that we're going to come out and we're going to hit you and we're going to do the best we can do to get ready for Friday. So Friday will be fun and easy.
Talking to Carlos, 3-7 a year ago, so obviously there's a lot of teams that y'all want to get back. Mm-hmm. And these first two were definitely two teams y'all wanted to get back. So now, after taking care of Decatur the way that y'all did, you got to focus on Jemison. Mm-hmm. And, you don't want to put too much stock into a game, but it's another team that did beat y'all a year ago. And so, going into this week and all the weeks that are going to have teams that did beat y'all a year ago, is there an extra chip on your shoulder going into those games now for this season?
I would say so, just because I just feel like last year, a lot of mental errors, and then we just didn't have that leadership, like I said earlier, consistently. So this year, I just think we have that leadership, and we know what happened last year, and then we don't want to write off last season like we did from 2016 and go 2-8, 1-9, like we did the year before off the playoff team. So I think we do have a big chip on our shoulder every week, even if it's the team we beat, because we feel like we still have a lot to prove. Because we don't have any, I don't think we have a lot of respect from teams from this past year. I feel like we have to earn that respect from everybody in this area, all the coaches. So I feel like we have a chip on our shoulder going every game.
You mentioned the leadership from last year's team, but outside of that, from a physical standpoint, what you see on the field, what are the differences in last year and this year that you kind of see so far, that is a positive?
Just the speed we're playing at and how fun we have, and the speed, that's the main thing, especially defensively, is because the front seven, I think, is really good, and we can have the talent and the ability and the want to be one of the best front sevens in the state. And then you just see we had a really good off season in the weight room, and that's one thing we didn't have the year before, is a strong, maintaining, bust your butt every day in the weight room. And this past off season we had that, and you could just tell from first day in fall camp until the first game how different it is from coming off the line, from hitting somebody, the extension, everything. The weight room has made a big difference in how we're playing and how we're carrying over to the season.
And another thing that for you guys, that you said you were young a year ago,
mm-hmm.
So obviously with experience, you're going to start playing faster and you're going to be able to not think out there and really play. Are you seeing that now with this team? They're not thinking anymore, it's just playing?
Most definitely. And like I said, we have a lot of fun. We just have that brotherhood, and then we just read and react. We're not thinking. We know where we're supposed to be, our assignments. We just, when the ball snaps, we do our assignment, and we're flying to the football. we're having a fun time.
And so, what is the message for this team the rest of the year? You built a lot of momentum here game one. You really got off on the right foot. Obviously, defensively, you played the way that you wanted to play. So what is the message to this team on how to continue this and to keep this momentum going throughout the season?
Get better every week and practice every day like it's a game day. Because if we practice every day like it's game day and we keep busting our offense, it's going to make them better and it's going to make us better. When it comes to that Friday, we're going to be ready to fly around, have fun, and just get a W.
Man, I really appreciate you taking the time to get out of class and come see me. I know that it probably hurts you to have to get out of class and come here. So, good luck to you guys, man. Looking forward to seeing how this year shapes out for you, and hopefully, we see you guys in the postseason, and maybe you guys can get hot and make a run.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.